Okay, first of all, we're gonna ignore how crazy my hair looks, okay? Okay? We're on the same page, we're gonna ignore it. Thank you. I'm gonna try to spend this week reading some books for Goodreads Challenges because I want to try to get as many as I can again this year. So that's the goal. I started listening to Intermezzo by Sally Rooney this morning and I got through like 2 chapters, so I'm on page 58. But again, I'm listening to it, so I don't know how far into it I am, but like by hours, but I'm 58 pages into the physical book about, because I didn't actually finish the 2nd chapter, but I'm not gonna figure out what page I'm actually on. Sorry. So now I need to figure out which of these 3 books I'm gonna read next, because I want it to be a book for a Goodreads challenge and I want it to be a book that I can actually finish. But my problem is that I'm only in the mood for this. I don't think that reading this with the weather how it is right now will be good for me mentally. I don't know, but I'm gonna read this over spring break. That's the goal. So these are the 3 books I'll be trying to decide from. We have I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams, and Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one would be a reread because I've been trying to reread the Taylor Jenkins Reid books that I've read and like annotate them and like underline. Okay, when I say annotate, I just mean underline good lines. I don't usually write in my books, but I'll like underline good quotes and stuff. So I might do that. Also, the first time I read this book, I read it in one night. So I feel like I could definitely get through this pretty quickly. But I also just didn't sleep that night. Like literally, I think I missed my 8 a.m. the next morning because I was up till 7:30 reading this. Hey, I'm in college. You make bad decisions in college. I don't party. My bad decisions include staying up late reading books. Anyways, I'm not really sure which one of these 3 I'm gonna want to read. Maybe we'll do a spinner wheel. Yeah, let me get my laptop so I can do the spinner wheel on that and show you. The wheel. Let's see what she says. Let's see what she says. You find out first. Is it good? Is it good? A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. Okay. It's the longest of the 3. That's okay. I do really want to read this. It sounds interesting. Okay, it's 339 pages. Let's stop glowing from below for a moment. All right, so I'm gonna try to read this next. I think maybe, yeah, I'm gonna try to start this weekend. Not try, I'm gonna start this tonight or this weekend. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how far I get. Hopefully I can finish most of this and maybe be able to read this just because it's so short. And my thought process is that I was going to read one of the other, like this one or this one and this one because it's so short. And hopefully it doesn't take me as long as my 136 page book did. Oh my gosh, it took me 6 days to read. Clearly student teaching keeps me busy. Or I just am like so tired and drained at the end of the day that I don't want to do anything. I think that's the right answer. So we'll be starting A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, getting through as much as we can. This one counts for okay. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde will count for the Black Heritage challenge and the Swoony Stories challenge. So this should count for 2 challenges. So I'm gonna try to read it, get through it, and get 2 of the challenges. And then Intermezzo by Sally Rooney should be the Star Selections challenge. So hopefully, if all goes according to plan and I finish both of these books, that's at least 3 challenges, and I have 6 left to get. These are the 2 books I'm currently reading. Well, this is the book I'm currently reading, and this is the book I think I'm gonna try to read next. All right, let's get into it and see if I can complete these Goodreads challenges, some of these Goodreads challenges by the end of the month. Okay, mini book update. I have not listened to any more of this since I updated you last night. I still haven't finished chapter 2, but I'm saying that I did on Goodreads for page tracking because I don't remember. I'm not going to check which page I'm on. I read 1 chapter of this last night, and I really like it so far. It's pretty good. I was not expecting that the like family dynasty she's a part of would be a funeral home thing. Like, her family owns like a funeral home dynasty. What? I don't think I've ever heard of a funeral home dynasty, but her family has one. And she wants to open a flower shop, and that's what's happening so far. I think she's about to move to New York too, so that's cool. I think I'm gonna try to let myself read for an hour and get through more of this book. All right, book update time. Okay, I still haven't listened to any more of Intermezzo, but my plan today is to get some chores done and listen to my book. This one, on the other hand, I'm on page 207. I read 100 pages yesterday, I read almost 100 pages yesterday, and then I read 100 pages this morning. Like, I didn't get up until I read 100 pages, and now it's like 2 in the afternoon, and it's time to be productive and listen to my book and do some chores. So that's the goal. I'm really, really liking this one so far. It's really good. And I didn't want to stop reading when I was like, okay, you've got to 100 pages. I wanted to keep going, and I still want to keep going. But I feel like I need to be productive today, get some stuff done, and then I can read more tonight before I go to bed. What if I finish this tomorrow? Wouldn't that be crazy? That wouldn't be crazy, but like, with my student teaching schedule, I feel like that would be crazy if I was able to finish this tomorrow. There are 339 pages. I'm thinking I might try to at least read another like 50 pages tonight, so that there's less than 100 more for me to read tomorrow, which would be awesome. And then I could hopefully finish it tomorrow and then start one of my other books for Goodreads Challenges. But who knows? So yeah, that is the update right now. Pretty far into this one, clearly, and not very far into this one. But I'm gonna keep getting some stuff done today, listening to this book, seeing if we can get a little further along. All right, I have been very productive today. I'm very proud of myself. I'm about to eat a little microwavable meal. I packed all of the books that I've already read to take home over spring break next week so that I don't have to worry about it in May after I graduate. I also packed some other stuff, so I'm gonna show you. That's all the stuff I've packed so far today. I have every book that's in the boxes written on them because my mom and sister might want to borrow my books, and so I want to know which box the books they might want to borrow are in. Smart. Anyways, I am going to take a meal break because it is 4 p.m. and I have not eaten yet today. Whoops. I'm now just realizing that I need to change my clock also because daylight savings, and I haven't done that. And then maybe I'll go back to reading. Who knows? I might have more stuff I need to do, but I'll probably go back to reading. We'll see. Five stars. The end was so sad. The end was so sad and so sweet. And I've been crying for the past, the last 9 pages maybe. And I can't fully explain why it's so sad to me. But just know that there's a grandmother-granddaughter type relationship. And I lost my last grandmother in October. So it was hitting me really hard. 5 stars. This was so good. It was so good. I had originally thought it was gonna be 4.25, 4.5. But since I'm crying and sobbing, it deserves 5 stars. Anyways, that's my update. I'm just gonna keep crying about that now. Don't mind me. I'll update y'all on intermezzo in a minute. I just need to cry for a second. Alright, I've had a few moments to heal. They were good tears. They were not overly upset tears. They were good tears. And they were tears mourning my grandmother and the fact that she's no longer with me. I'm not gonna get into that. Intermezzo update. I am about on page 240, so I'm about halfway through the book. I think I have 6 hours left of my audiobook, so I should definitely be able to finish this week on my way to getting ready in the mornings and on my way to school, and then also while I'm packing for spring break, because spring break is next week. So I should definitely be able to finish this week as well, which is pretty good. As you saw, I just finished A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, which is 2 Goodreads challenges completed. So that is Black Heritage, I think, and Swoony Stories. So those are the 2 challenges that I got for completing that one. Now my next read is either going to be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid or I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. I'm not sure which one I'm going to read. Currently it's Tuesday, so I feel like I should pick this one because I should have time to read it. But I keep underestimating how long it's going to take me to read a book right now because of student teaching. So I feel like this would be the safer option because it's only like 160 pages. So I'll probably end up starting this one next. But I do really, really want to reread this soon, and it will be happening, trust. But I might do this one next. We'll see. Once I start reading, we'll find out, I guess. But book update time. Intermezzo. I'm about on roughly page 382. I have about 2 hours left. I'm currently packing for spring break, listening to the audiobook. So we'll see how far along I get tonight. I don't think I'll be up late enough to finish it tonight, but I should be able to finish it while I'm getting ready for work tomorrow, which is good. So intermezzo we have, and then I fell asleep reading this last night. I got to page 40. I don't really have many thoughts because I'm only on page 40. And I'm not entirely sure what's happening so far. It's a little frustrating because there's no chapters, so it's like just all text all the time. There's no breaks in anything. But getting through that. Probably won't be able to read anymore tonight because it's late and I am packing for spring break. Alright, I just got home for spring break and I have some book updates. So first of all, I finished Intermezzo this morning in my car on the way to work. I don't have it with me because I had an hour left of the book and I was like, I'm not gonna bring a book that thick home for no reason. So I finished it, don't have the book with me. I'm sorry. I don't know, it was just kind of mid to me. Like, probably 2.5 to 3 stars, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, I didn't really like the characters or the story, and it was just kind of like people talking for 400 pages. And I know some people have been like, oh well, like, what did you expect? It's a contemporary book. Yeah, but I've read other contemporary books that have stuff going on. It was just like, oh, their dad died, but it didn't really feel like either of them were grieving him, like, at all, which was bothering me, because what do you mean you're not grieving your father who died like 2 weeks ago? You're just totally fine. Peter, to me, Peter was insufferable. He spent so much of the book being like, I have these 2 girlfriends, I can't decide which one I want. And then, like, 0 consequences for his actions whatsoever. The brothers are terrible to each other. They hate each other. And my sister and I are, like, super close, so that's also strange to me. I don't know, it's just kind of like, I read it, and I need to get in that. I need to let myself say that I don't finish it. Like, I need to let myself DNF a book if I don't enjoy it. But I'm like bad at doing that. Especially a book like this one that worked for a Goodreads challenge. I didn't want to DNF it because I wanted to read it for the Goodreads challenge. But I didn't really like it. But that one will get me the Star Selections Challenge, which is great. And then I told y'all that I was like 40 pages into this last night. I decided to buy it on Audible for my drive from school back home, because it's like a 3-hour drive, and I listen to audiobooks fast, so I only had like 3.5 hours left. So I wanted to listen to this so I could get this finished today as well. This one was also just kind of okay. What's happening now? It's about these 40 women in a cage in a bunker underground. And they're watched over by guards, and they have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and like they can barely remember their lives before. And that's it. Like, that's the whole book. There's not really an explanation for anything that's happening at all, which really bothered me as well. I don't know what I'd give this one. Probably 2 stars. It was just kind of a book that I read, and I read this because an old coworker told me that I should read this because it's really good. I don't believe you. I don't work with him anymore because neither of us work at that place, and so I never see him. So I can't be like, dude, what was that book you told me to read? Because I've now read both of the books he told me to read that he was like, they're really good. I don't think either of them were good. I didn't really like either of them. I know both of them are like social commentary, blah, 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 blah. Like existential social commentary type books. I don't read books for social commentary. I read books for a good fun time, if that makes sense. I will say the other book he suggested, I can understand the social commentary a lot more than I could with this one. This one, I was just kind of confused the whole time. And I came home and was telling my sister, one of her friends, the plot of this book, and every new thing that I shared, they were like, why? What? What are you talking about? And I was like, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But I don't. Anyways, I think this one will get me the, it's the one, it's like personality picks or something. It's about your reading persona. This was in the short books section. Yeah, I didn't really like this one either. So that's all the books I got to read this week. It's a little sad that of the 3 books I read this week, 2 of them were like between 2 and 3 stars. And normally like 3 stars is not a bad rating at all, but it's just kind of like it was okay. Sometimes it has a redeeming quality, sometimes it doesn't. But this one, I'm so lost. There's no redeeming qualities to this for me. Intermezzo had some, like, I liked Ivan and Margaret's relationship a lot, but I also, like, I don't know, it was just kind of, these were both just books, and if I hadn't heard about them or like heard good things about them, I probably wouldn't have picked them up. And I guess I could see where people are coming from, but for me personally, it didn't hit the same way. But of the 3 books I read for this video, we had a 5-star read, like a 2.5, 3-star read, and a 2-star read. But more importantly, I got through 4 Goodreads challenges in this video, which is great. That means I only have 2 more if I want to try to get them all, which I'll probably still try to do. So yeah. I like reading for Goodreads challenges, but sometimes they give me books that I don't like, so maybe I should stop reading for Goodreads challenges. Or I need to pick better books off the list, but I was trying to only pick books that I already owned, so my options were limited. But we got through 4 Goodreads challenges in this video, which is great this week we got through 4 Goodreads challenges, which having 6 at the beginning of the week and now having 2 left feels amazing, feels great. Anyways, that's all. Those are my opinions on the books I've read recently.